Why did 1968 election voters feel helpless amid social unrest? Imagine living through a year where chaos seems to take over every corner of the country. That was 1960, a year filled with protests, violence, and uncertainty. Many voters felt powerless because the nation was facing multiple crises all at once. The Vietnam War was tearing the country apart, especially among young people who protested loudly against it. These protests often turned violent and created fears about losing control in communities across the United States. Civil rights leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. were assassinated, which sparked riots and deepened racial tensions. Just a few months later, Robert F. Kennedy, a hopeful presidential candidate, was also killed. His death left many Americans feeling hopeless about change and the future. Society was changing fast, and traditional values seemed to be slipping away. The rising youth culture, civil rights activism, and calls for social reform made many middle-class white voters feel alienated. They worried about losing their way of life and felt that the unrest was a sign of chaos and disorder. Politicians struggled to give clear answers. President Lyndon B. Johnson had started programs to improve society but was unpopular because of the war and the violence. The Democratic Party was split, with some members supporting different candidates and ideas. George Wallace, a third-party candidate, gained support by appealing to voters afraid of racial integration and social change. Meanwhile, Richard Nixon promised to bring back law and order, appealing to those who wanted stability and peace. He focused on restoring traditional values and ending protests. In the end, many voters felt helpless because they were caught in a storm of social upheaval, political violence, and a war that divided the nation. They saw their country struggling to find its identity, and they believed their voices were drowned out by forces beyond their control. This feeling of powerlessness shaped the election and changed the political scene for years to come. It was a time when the nation was at a crossroads, trying to figure out what kind of country it wanted to be.